What's up, guys? Brandon and Jeremy here from friendofrc.com, giving you our review, a non-engineer's review of the Axial XR10. So, the Axial XR10, our first crawler, and why not just start with the best, right? So, we went and got a crawler for RC Nightmare, and thanks to guys like DJ Medic, there's really no point in getting anything else. I mean, the Axial dominates. You see, if you've seen RC Nightmare's videos, we love the honcho. So we'd be loving the XR10 too. So we'll jump right into the technical aspects and specifically some of the pros and cons of the build, because Brandon here is the actual guy that built it, so he's going to have some good first timer observations on the technical side, and we're also going to talk a little bit about actually the setup that we use, right? Because not everyone's going to go with the dual motor setup. Not everyone's going to go with the BEC. Not everyone's going to go with exactly what we went with. And so it's important that you know that too. So I'll handle the lid, which is all I'm allowed to touch. Brandon will jump into the technical specs.
Well, first things first, it is a kit, and it's no easy kit. If you're someone that just got into it, starting on rock crawling or RC in general, this would be a difficult kit for you, but that might be a good thing. Some people enjoy that. If you're someone that's kind of timid about kits, you might want to shy away from this one. A lot of hardware, a lot of small things that, it's very easy to screw up. That's what I found. It took about 6 to 8 hours for me to build this straight through. Did I run into problems? Of course. You put one screw that's 2 millimeters too long or short in one area, and you screw up your whole transmission. So you got to be careful, you got to be knowledgeable, and be willing to take the time to get all the nitty-gritty straightened out.
I remember a lot of curse words and removals of screws because they look exactly the same, but one's a millimeter longer.
Yeah, it took me, a few hours to finally break down and bust out a measuring stick so I could measure all the hardware before I put it in. Yeah. But once I got through that, it's a good build. Axial lays out the instructions very well for you. Anyone will be able to build it. Anyone that's got any technical aspect at all will be able to build this thing, no problem.
Well, I remember we learned also our most famous tagline / tip from this is a shout out to the technical writers at Axial. Words to live by: 1 to turn, 2 to burn.
2 to burn, yeah.
That's right. Right in the manual.
I think that might have been the Tekin. That was the Tekin motors.
Oh.
Which brings us to our next point, what we're running on it.
So shout out to the Tekin technical writers.
We have twin Tekin. This is the, help me out here,
This
Jeremy.
is the rock crawler, I believe the dual 45 turn. Comes as a kit.
Yep, dual 45 turns and ESCs, brushed, of course. We love them. The setup great. I would say the only thing I ran into is when you're trying to sneak in 2 speed controllers in there, it gets a little tight, especially with they have a special mount for it. I'd redo it. I noticed that most people lay down the speed controllers instead of standing them up. Little things like that you're jamming a lot of electronics into. And like you said earlier, we're running the Castle Creations BEC to power our Savox servo. Some people don't do that, some people do. I'd say after rock crawling now, actually getting into it, it's a must. You're going to want as much power to your front axle for steering as possible, because that's going to act more like a drive than anything. You're stuck in a little crevice. Your steering is what will get you out, help push the car up and reset, so don't skimp out there. We went all out on it, and it paid off. I mean, this thing, out of the box, didn't touch the suspension. You can see it's all stock. It did great. Now, we're not crawling competitively, but we've taken on some crazy things where you don't think it's going to make it over, and it does.
Yeah, I remember knowing that when I was putting the order together at unnamed online vendor, once I started, I was amazed at how cheap the kit was. I thought, holy crap, this is like mega value, which kind of leads us into the cost of operation / durability. However, it's very expensive to, I would say, realize the full potential of this kit in comparison with like typical bashing, or if you're new to crawling. I definitely, unless you're, you've got a lot of expendable cash, this probably shouldn't be the first crawler you buy, just because to reach the full potential of this kit, I think you're looking at about $1,200 when you've got the dual motor setup. You've got your LiPo, which obviously that's not much, but you've got the 2 ESCs, and I think this was over $1,000 with a quickness, and we've got the Savox servo in there. If you're Savox, feel free to show us some love for showing you some love, but this thing dominates. I think it's a 300 or 400 ounce torque servo, and it's got power to spare, but you're spending some serious coin between the motors, ESCs, steering servos, tires, rims.
Yeah, they don't give you the tires in the kit. That's a good thing to point out. You got to buy your own tires. We haven't even touched on this yet. We're running it on our Spectrum radio, but if you're going to get into crawling competitively, you're probably going to want a 4-channel, Fataba 4-channel. A lot of people go with. That adds another $300-400 to the price tag. So keep that in mind.
Yeah, if you want to rock something that, if you're putting together a $1,200, $1,300, $1,400 kit, there are off-market 4-channel radios that you can get for maybe $100 or less. But you really, you're going to want to have dig and all these other options.
Right. So
it's going to drive up the cost. So these are things that I learned and we learned really the hard way. Like, all right, let's get the kit set up. Oh crap, the DX3R no good.
Yeah.
So we actually worked with like some signal mixing just to make it work for now, in lieu of ordering like a 4 PKS or something like that.
Right.
But if you're going to do it competitively and you want to realize the full the full potential of a kit like this, you need the 4-channel remote. So that's a great point. Fun factor on this kit: 5 out of 5, 6 out of 5,
Easily.
11 out of 10.
Yeah,
doesn't matter.
Loved it. You go over to our RC Nightmare channel. You'll see some of the videos we shot with it. We had a ton of fun just trying out anything. The great thing with rock crawling is you can stick your rig on anything and say, hey, I bet you can't make it over that. I bet you can. And before you know it, I mean, you got hours of fun on a battery. And yeah, we had tons of fun with it.
Loads of fun-loving punches back and forth and bets. And, we had fun with it crawling. I think when we first got it together, we were crawling on your couches and over the end table and not trying to knock over vodka bottles and all sorts of crazy stuff. So if you got a girl or a wife or whatever, or you're a girl, if you're a girl, then you're good. You got carte blanche because you're a girl. But if you're a guy and you've got a wife or a girlfriend, they might not enjoy you crawling over all of your furniture, but you can really do whatever you want with it. It's all seasons.
Yeah.
And so fun factor, it's a home run for sure. Value, that's a tricky term, right? It's somewhat subjective. I will tell you that if you go into it knowing you're going to spend $1,500, great value.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of people that touch Axial in terms of this kit. I mean, it just is what it just is. If you want the best, you buy the best. You buy Axial. So you get everything you pay for in terms of just the bare kit. I thought, the threaded shocks, the orange anodized rims, and the bead locks, and the way of everything was kind of constructed. I thought just looking at the kit, really good value.
Yeah, great value. There's a lot of things that we love the value of it, and we haven't even touched some of the features it has. You have all these adjustable positions. The XR10, they really made so you have unlimited options for adjusting your shock mounting positions, axle angles, angles of attack, motor angles. There's endless things that we haven't even touched. I mean, we built this according to the manual, and we're loving it. And so there's really hidden value that as you get into the competition part of it more, you learn to see a kit like this gives you all that extra ability.
Yeah, and that all adds, like you said, it all adds to the value because the more tweaking that you can do, the better value you feel. Like the more marketing majors you'll know, yields of satisfaction that you're going to get because you're going to have more options available to you. You put together the kit, it doesn't do what you want, and you can't adjust anything. You're kind of bummed out.
But yeah, you're stuck.
With this kit, you've got endless adjustability out of the box. Sure, a lot of people upgrade certain parts, and the one knock on it I would say is like the battery, where it fits in naturally is here, and we know that a lot of you crawlers out there, you do some mods. They sell a battery tray for up over here over the front axle. Maybe I would have liked to see that, but again, hardcore crawlers, they may say, hey, this is what we want to adjust it, we want to do what we want to do. So that makes sense.
Yeah.
Overall, would I go buy the kit again? That's a tricky one for me because I love the utility of it. I love doing all sorts of different things, but it's got a pretty steep price tag to really get everything out of it. I would definitely, here's my caveat, I know it's kind of staying on the fence. If you like crawling, if I loved crawling, I would say right now I really like it, but I can't say I love it. I would definitely buy it again. But for those of you out there who are new to crawling, I would say maybe look at the AX10. A little cheaper entry point. I believe that's ready to crawl, as Axial says. I may be wrong, but I would probably start. Some people buy the Venom Creeper. I don't really. There's no comparison in my opinion, but it's expensive to really realize the full value of this kit.
Yeah, if you're on the fence, like Jeremy here, this is my take at it. you might want to look at like the AR10 instead of the XR10. You know, you're not sure if you're going to be full on crawling. Buy the one that's ready to go for now, sell it later, get something like this. Me personally, if I was into crawling more, if I had more time to stick to it, I would definitely buy the kit again. If I was forced to buy another crawler, I'd probably do the AR10 for a cost perspective, because I don't crawl enough per week to justify, you know, this is like 2 RCs sitting in front of us.
At least.
Yeah,
and then the tweak time, right? So
yeah.
It's not just the time it takes you to, the dough it takes to get in, but it's like to really get the value out of this kit, you got to utilize all these extra holes, right? All the extra adjustments you can do.
Exactly.
And for us, at least it sounds like for both of us, really, we're not that hardcore into crawling, so the price tag, $1,200, you throw in a remote, maybe you're in $1,500 by the time you're all said and done. It's pretty steep.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with the kit. If you look at the kit alone, I'd buy it again. Yeah,
Excellent.
Yeah, it's a great kit.
If you had all the electronics sitting around.
Yeah. If you happen to have
Definitely
two
buy this
awesome
kit.
Tekin 45-turn brush motors and two the mini rock crawler ESCs, I don't know why you'd have those things and not have this kit, but that's a valuable point to make, so great kit. If you have any questions about the Axial XR10, post them up down below. If you want to join the conversation, shoot on over to rcnetmare.com, and I hope you have a great day.
See you guys soon.